Plays video games with young kids. Good for you. All right. So what time are we playing at? The 7 o'clock hour? 7 o'clock hour, we're finally going to put to rest who is the better dad. Scott DeParent or Gary. They'll be there with their boys. We'll ask them questions and we'll put an end to this ridiculousness. It's crazy. Two of them argue and argue and argue. On Thursday, we had a writing meeting. Sal was the best. When he pitched,
What happened?
I was sitting there and I said, you know, we got to come up with a jingle that's like pitch of the week because, which I think we now have. Where is the pitch of the week jingle? Everybody gets up and pitches their ideas for the show, and Sal had ideas that were just the greatest. I mean, like when he discusses his ideas, you can't even believe it.
Gary page one, the first column in red.
All right, thank you. Gary page one, first column in red.
It's time for
Sal gets up and pitches something that right from the beginning it's ridiculous. That is like, he goes, you know, everybody has had a spiritual encounter or an unexplainable situation that happened to you, which you feel was not a coincidence, which of course makes no sense. A coincidence. You listen to this guy, you go, he's insane. And he's on my writing staff. Like he's part of the show.
I mean, Robin,
I hired a whack packer.
I mean, Robin, there's probably something that happened in your life that you're embarrassed to talk about that was probably spiritually connected to you.
No, it happened to you. You made me throw up.
It just happened to you.
he just had a spiritual moment.
Is that an exorcism?
I looked at me.
I just threw up and I saw you. Sal, tell Robin your pitch. It's the greatest.
Well, I said that in life there are no coincidences. When you see things, when certain things happen that you think is related to a family member that is passed on or a guardian angel, that is true. I find that to be true.
What do you find to be true?
I don't even know you
respectful of somebody pitching an idea.
Right, you don't want to shut people down.
Right, but this guy is unbelievable. Who's your guardian? Tell me your experience.
I'm trying to find my guardian angel. I try to meditate.
Look at your life. There's no guardian angel.
Or your guardian angel